and welcome to the Worship Effect. Now today, I'm so excited.
Oh, me too.
I'm so excited. But firstly, I'm sitting in Rhys Howard's Bible College.
Absolutely.
Which is just spectacular and such an amazing place to be, let alone do an interview with the one and only Cath Woolridge from South Wales. Can't believe
Twinnies.
it. I know.
Twinnies.
We've been here for about an hour already.
Yeah, and we haven't stopped. We haven't stopped talking, have we? No.
You get two Welsh blonkers together.
Oh, you can't stop them. Cremers. Come on.
But we're going to talk about humble beginnings.
Okay.
Because you're a Welsh girl, obviously.
Of course I am.
Born and bred.
Born and
from
bred.
Wales.
Yeah, definitely.
So where are you actually from? What village?
So I am from Ammanford or Rhydaman. Yeah, specifically Pont-Aman, if you wanted to know the exact area. So yeah, I grew up there and lived there for 18 years of my life.
I love it. Well, there's something about villages in Wales.
Oh, there is. I mean, it's precious. Community.
I love it. And everybody knows each other.
Yeah.
It's just one of them communities that is really tight-knit.
Absolutely. And everyone's willing to help one another. And it's lovely.
And if you argue with someone, everyone knows about it.
Everybody. It's the gossip of the town. Oh my goodness gracious.
I love it. It's fabulous.
Yeah, absolutely. My dad was a policeman, which made it worse because he was a town bobby.
Oh no, that is...
Oh gosh, I know.
Oh, do you have to live in a police house and everything?
Well, no, that was my sister. She was a bit older, so yeah. By the time I came around, they had a normal house then.
Oh, bless you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So going on from that village mentality, how did you get saved? Because obviously you've grown up in a Christian household.
I have, yes. Well, I was part of an amazing church growing up that just really invested in their youth.
Yes.
And I had an amazing pastor, and his name was Kevin Adams. Oh, he's a legend. And he wrote the book called Diary of Revival, and he was passionate about Wales, passionate about God, passionate about his saviour and about revival. And I remember learning from so young about how this nation held such a key part in God's heart, you know.
Yeah.
And so I was brought up in that church. Now, Kev was a frustrated actor, I think. Okay.
So very animated.
Very animated. So he had drama groups, and we had a brilliant guy called Elvin who ran our worship team, and they would just pull us in whether we were 8, 9, 10 years old. So I was kind of up there doing backing vocals in the worship band from when I was like 8, and in drama clubs with Kev doing wild, you know, Christian skits. And it was amazing, and so I was just bred into that atmosphere and loved every minute of it. And then I remember when I was 12 years old, we went as a youth group to Horizons.
Okay.
And I thought we were going to the end of the world. We were only going to Llanelli, 20 minutes away. Oh, gosh, alive. I had to leave Ammanford. And I remember this guy standing up at the front, sobbing, and he was head to toe in tattoos. And I remember him just saying, I was saved by Jesus. And I remember him looking me in my eyes. I was in the front row. And he said, you need Jesus. You know all the stories, but you don't know him as a living saviour. Stop just settling for the stories and catch him as your saviour. And it was like my whole spirit was just like convicted. And it was that moment where I gave my life, you know, where I prayed the prayer and gave my life. And since then, it's been a journey.
Oh my gosh. Now, lots of you won't know Cath for anything other than...
Oh gosh, alive.
We got to talk about it because it's like the elephant in the room.
It is.
Right?
Oh.
Because everybody's going to be looking at it and saying, I know her.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you are an actress.
Yes, I was. Yeah.
And you've been on my favourite... Now listen here, right? When I say favourite, I mean favourite. I've watched it every year, all series, especially Christmas on Christmas, right? Every year. You've been on Gavin and Stacey.
I have. And all I got to say is thank you, because royalties. In you watching that, thank you, Lord. Thank you very much.
I absolutely love that programme. Oh. But that's kind of made you known throughout Wales? Because
Yes.
you play a Welsh girl in it anyway.
I do play a Welsh girl in it.
Down to earth, raw Welsh girl.
Absolutely.
Love it.
Vamp up the Welsh accent if
Yes.
we can do that,
Correct.
Faith, because I don't know if we could. But it was an amazing experience, and it was my first job out of drama school.
Yeah.
And, you know, just at the time, we didn't have a clue it was going to be so successful. Do you know what I mean?
I know.
But it was an amazing experience.
So that's where you're kind of known in the household. But since then,
Yeah.
you set up a ministry.
Yes.
And what's that called?
That's called Sound of Wales.
And it's amazing, I gotta say.
Oh.
Honestly.
Beauty.
Fantastic.
I mean, I just, the goodness of God.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable, really.
And what is the Sound of Wales created to do?
Okay, so in essence, it's a collective of musicians, storytellers, artisans, who are based in Wales.
Yeah.
And we've got 3 strands. So the first strand is capture the sound, because we're very aware, you know, that in Wales we are known as the land of song, and there's a seed of sound in this nation that is really significant for Wales and for the nations.
Yeah.
And so part of what we do is capture that sound, almost like take the treasure of the old and like just reinvigorate it with a new, and just the truth that some of these hymns hold. I mean, there's nothing like it, like the words as it talks of like who our God is. They're so rich and beautiful. So it's capturing that sound, making CDs, going out, doing conferences, you know, just capturing that sound of Wales. Second is training and equipping generations. So we go out and we train worship bands, we go and help little churches, we run a worship school once a year, creativity school, we do training for worship leaders. And then the third is impacting communities. So using music and creativity to take the gospel out. So we've got community choirs. I go and teach single mums on poor estates, singing and just build relationship with them. And as we do so, just get talking about the King of my heart, who I just love so much.
So you're kind of invading the space of and the atmosphere of Wales with the sound that God has placed in us.
Absolutely.
And that comes in every form. It's not just musical.
No.
That comes in helping community, loving
Completely.
community, all of those types of things.
Absolutely, because when you look at our nation, I mean, I think it's defined by a few things. It's defined by relationship. We're very relational. It's community. Yeah. We're defined by song.
Yes.
We're defined like bardic poetry. It's so creative in its essence.
Yeah.
And it's almost like God sung this song over Wales and proclaimed this poetry of his love over this nation. And it's just a chance for us to sing it back to him. And as we do that, hopefully get people caught up in the reality that this is a living God. It's not a religious thing. It's about Emmanuel, God with us, you know.
Getting the passion back for it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now, you don't do this on your own.
No way.
You have, again, a very famous husband.
Oh, I don't know about that.
But he's in every church at Christmas time, basically.
Yes.
Christmas, Davs comes out.
He does. He comes on out. Love him. With Michael Bublé, they come out of the cave. They come out of the cave. We roll them out. Come on.
No, he does Christmas videos. Well, he does all sorts of videos.
Yeah.
But Christmas are the ones that have really taken off.
Yes.
I mean, before I'd even met you, we had played it in our church.
That's amazing.
I know. So he is literally everywhere. But he is a poetry writer.
Yes.
A bard.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So how do you fit those two elements together of, you know, obviously with the sound and the song, and then you've got the poetry and the bard. How do you bring them two things together?
Well, I mean, sometimes, you know, they work on their own and they're beautiful in their own right. But when you bring them together, it's like this cacophony. Yeah.
It's amazing.
I mean, we've done shows together. Davs and I did a show together that he wrote, and I put the music together with some of the Sound of Wales guys, called Wales to the World. And it was telling the whole story of like revival in Wales, and we used spoken word, theatre and song, all mishmashed together. And the thing is, creativity and song, it's a universal language.
It is, yeah.
So it breaks down barriers, and it can get to every culture, every class, you know, every colour. It just cuts down boundaries and it allows people in on the message, whoever you are. And I think that's what we're so passionate about it, you know.
I almost see it like you know, when David and the armies on the mountain, you had the other army on the other mountain, they, you know, one was singing, Lord, you were good, the other one was in love endures forever.
Amen.
You know? It's like
That's
a confirmation of, you know, of something, you know.
Yeah.
So the Lord brings an amen to everything, doesn't he?
Absolutely.
And I see you and Dav's like that.
That's really good. I love that.
You're the statement, he's the amen. Like.
Yeah. Right way round. Right way round, girl.
So after, we are going to talk in the next interview about all things revival.
Oh, come on.
Oh, this is where we don't struggle with time limits, but we're going to give it a whirl anyway.
Come on, girl. Come on.